Here I am to take over.
It says we're live.
Yeah, lies.
It's colors.
I'm gonna put that on like a sticker for you guys.
What?
Says we're live. It
We're live,
lies.
It lies.
Okay, folks, as usual, let's get the administrative stuff out of the way.
And it's trivia.
Considering that the sky is dumping a whole bunch of white global warming all over the parking lot,
Oh, it's not that much.
it's North Texas.
It's an inch, maybe two by now.
Keep the heat on.
Yeah.
Also, if you like coffee, King Harv's Coffee.
It's
Mention
awesome.
it's awesome. Mention that you heard about it at the blanket fort, and maybe they'll send us some more because I'm running out. Also,
Yes.
you need to buy this book.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
all I'm going to say. Just buy this book.
The link is in the comments.
Well, yeah. The link isn't on Facebook because apparently it has to be approved by a moderator because it might be dangerous or something.
Yes, on North Texas
It is
Trouble,
dangerous.
the North Texas Troublemaker Facebook site. Jonna, who is an administrator at the North Texas Troublemaker
Actually, I'm
site,
not. Courtney is. She'll take care of it.
Oh.
So.
attempted to post a link and got some comments were moderated, and it must be cleared by a moderator. Seriously,
That's why I don't
Your
miss
children who
Facebook.
cannot be trusted.
their algorithms suck.
Yeah. I do have to clarify one thing. I had a comment earlier today about the cost of the book. Larry does not set prices.
That's not Larry.
That's not up to Larry. The prices were set by the publisher of the book, which is, I believe, Regenery.
Regnery.
Yeah.
Regnery.
Gregory Publishing, Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Bitch at them.
So they are the ones that set the price, not Larry.
Doesn't matter. Buy it anyway.
Yeah, buy it anyway. It's a damn good book.
It's a very good book.
Now the problem is it's not signed yet.
Oh, we're going to take care of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
she just fixed it.
You just fix it. Ha!
Since we're talking about books, we have
Oh,
two
well.
other friends that have books out.
I have multiple friends that books out.
Yeah, well,
Two in particular.
lately. Holly Chisholm has book 2 of the Liquid Diet Chronicles up. And it is absolutely hilarious little book. It is a female vampire
Like you do.
who orders blood in.
From Amazon?
Yeah, just about.
She sounds like me. I like to go to the store.
That's me as a vampire. So can I get somebody to send it to me?
And the other one is Pam Uphoff, one of our Texas authors, has the 11th book in her Fall of the Alliance series up called
Goodness.
Cat, K-A-T, Antiques. And Pam has way too many books in this series, much like Alma, but they are a damn good little read, and they are funny as hell.
Good Lord.
Oh, man. So, I don't know what's going on today, other than it's colder than hell, and I got to break down and order a new pair of snow boots from LL Bean because my feet have grown. And I can either wear the boots or wear warm socks, and I prefer to do both.
Well, my muse showed up from her around the world trip.
Woohoo!
Yeah, no. No.
32, Jim. 32 here.
Yeah. No. That heifer showed up with a whole bunch of new ideas. Not one of them has anything to do with a pre-existing work in progress.
Of course not.
Uh,
Not how that works.
no.
And DJ Fleming has joined us also.
Hello.
So I was,
He's peopling. This is weird.
yeah, it's really weird, these people. So I was writing I'm writing a little Bible. It's a collection of short stories in a fluffy Yeet Cow universe. And one of them,
One of them yeeted the story.
it's supposed to be, it's a story about, I hope it was an entertaining story involving the space tech. And I was doing something about a Fairchild Republic AS-42 Vampire orbit to ground assault ship. And it turned into a friggin' chapter.
Of a
So
novel?
what? What? You're laughing now. No.
His look did not kill me, by the way.
I do not need to do Red Storm Rising in space.
Yes, you do.
with yeet cows. I really don't.
You could do it better than Clancy
Wait,
did.
wait. If you kill anybody in my shop, you have to clean it up.
Well, that's-
And the postman walked in and went, huh?
Hey, Adam Schiff says it's the Russians' fault.
I mean, he turned around and walked out.
Missed on those field goals. He was colluding with Russia.
I love small towns. Oh, I love small towns.
Uh,
So our postman walked in. By the time you clean it up, he turns around, says, "Adam Schiff says it was the Russians' fault." Walked out. Small towns.
oh, no. Yes, tarnished shields. You mentioned that one earlier, so now you got to repeat what you said before.
What?
The Tarnished Shields anthology.
I was drunk. Yes, I do.
Yes. And we have a recording this time.
Yes, I know you do.
Yeah, we got people bringing recording devices on you to play
Yeah.
this time. Now, you just don't trust us.
I was MarsCon into my second cocktail, telling a story, and look over, and there's a digital recorder sitting on the table, blinking at me.
Second cocktail.
Yeah. Honestly, I only had T Martini that I suffer.
So yes, Tarnished Shields is an anthology, but let's get the first 6 out of the way, and then we'll work on the next 6, and then the 6 after that.
Yeah.
So
We are not your supervisors. So we're not supervisors. We're instigators.
yeah, instigators don't supervise; they go ping and then run.
But back to the point, they're
Catch a grenade.
more like alligators than instigators.
Catch the grenade, gone. So
I have never seen a bird picking at Jonna's teeth.
This is true.
You have seen an evil grin, though.
Yeah. More than
Yes.
once.
my squirrels took that and ran in so many different directions. So the Fluffy Yeet Cow, by God, Uplifted Tales is going to be a collection of short stories so people know how to write in this universe. It's not going to turn into Red Yeet Cow Rising. I swear to God.
Yeah, it will.
No, it won't.
Yeah,
I don't have
promises.
time. I don't have time. I don't have
You will
time.
make time.
Well, okay, so there's a question in the comments about anthologies being subscription based. We're looking into that. We're trying
are?
to figure out how to make that. But just stand there and look pretty. But no, that's one of our projects is we're trying to figure that out to make it just possible to just do a subscription stuff. But we have some technical stuff in the background that Courtney and Cedar are working on. So
Yeah. An uplifted tail, stand clear. Yes. Skunks are contributing now, possibly. And there went Ian and the squirrels and the glow sticks.
You know, there's probably anime or manga with skunk girls in it.
Oh, Jesus. That gives a whole new meaning to lifted tails.
I didn't say hentai. I didn't even say etchy.
and you wonder what goes on at the little table at your dinners, Jim. That's all the plotting. Hey, hillbilly.
Hey, hillbilly.
Tentacle squirrel hentai.
Got it right in.
Okay. Okay. Just show you how my squirrels work.
Fire in the hole.
Your
When
squirrels
they
are
work.
awesome.
When they work. There is an artist named Baron Engel, Engel, that does anthropomorphic animals with realistic guns. He's a gun nut. And he has a anthropomorphic skunk named Rosemary.
Yeah.
And my favorite of his pictures is titled My Martini is Dry. And it's Rosemary in a safari outfit crossing a stream holding a
Martini rifle.
martini rifle over her head.
Yeah.
And it's dead on accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And-
Okay, I'm gonna post a link to his stuff on DeviantArt.
And also joining us today is a friend of ours off the East Coast, William Joseph Roberts, better known as Three
Yep.
Ravens Press.
Hillbilly, Three Ravens Publishing.
Yeah.
Really good folks. Well recommended. They have really good stories.
Well, they
Really
do
good
the
books.
trailer park anthologies, which are like
Yes.
epic.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you gotta love them. They did trailer park
they're
anthologies.
zombie.
And it sold, which is
So-
even better.
Sold really well.
Yeah.
It's like zombie flamingos on the cover.
Yeah.
Talk about decorating opportunities.
Yes.
So
Yeah, really good folks. You should check them out. We're trying to get him to Fool's Con.
Yeah.
And I'm looking
Just
at
call him Hillbilly. Don't worry about real names.
well, wouldn't he be a Hill William?
Yeah, technically.
Sorry, squirrels. I'm also looking at the all the thick, fluffy global warming falling in the parking lot, and it's not making me happy.
that parking lot's the ground didn't freeze. Texans, Jesus.
No, it didn't freeze. It will tonight after all this.
Yes,
Melts into
tomorrow
water.
Will be farmer entertainment.
Tomorrow
but
will be a
today, it's
skating rink.
It's not even a skating park. It's seriously.
No, not today. I'm thinking about tomorrow.
It won't be that bad.
Hillbilly needs to know when Fool's Con is.
April the 14th to 16th. Becky already answered that.
Okay.
You're coming from Georgia. If you can get to Louisiana, we got people coming from there.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, lovely.
So where-
OKC tomorrow. Ouch.
VA.
Huh?
VA. VA.
Oh, yeah. That's going to suck.
I'm still back on squirrels and skunks.
20-year shelf-stable MRE pizza? No. Yeah, they've come out with a new MRE that's a pizza MRE.
That sounds like an
Millennials.
abomination just in
Millennials.
And it's supposed to be 20-year shelf-stable. The new MREs are supposed to be 20-year shelf-stable.
uh-huh.
Of course, I've got to admit, it's somebody opened a door. somewhere.
Okay.
I have to admit that I was eating sea rats from World War II in the 1970s. They were still edible.
For values of edible.
When you've been in the field for 3 days with nothing to eat on a sear problem,
Okay, fair.
green eggs and ham ain't bad.
First year, I
Now,
got
the
in.
5 fingers of death.
I got in on the first. I was in for the first edition, the brown packages, with the pork patty dehydrated, not for in-flight pre-flight use, and the beef patty dehydrated, not for in-flight pre-flight use.
Yeah.
And I remember those vividly because I'd generally be looking at the MRE packet with the not for in-flight pre-flight use as I looked up at the ass end of a C-130.
Oh, that's interesting, John. So Audible is lowering their prices, so authors will get even less now. Lovely. Nice Weevil and E4s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40-year okay rats.
I had E4 latrine duty for 6 weeks for rat fucking the MREs.
Yeah, 2-day-old coyote's better than 3-day-old. Yeah. Oh, speaking of old things, Peter posted a link to a 20-some-odd-year-old, 23-year-old now, video recording of Kent Rollins
Oh, really?
back when he was still punching cows in addition to cooking,
Oh, ouch.
and he
Ouch.
was writing poetry. Oh, Kent's an interesting guy.
I like him.
If you have not watched his YouTube channel, highly recommended. It's called Cooking with Kent Rollins.
He's a full-on actual cowboy cook.
Yes.
Chuck wagon and everything. And he's cooked for a lot of roundups.
And still does.
And really, really nice guy in person. Very personable, salt-of-the-earth guy in person.
Yep, he rides, cooks, and writes. Yes. And his food is very, very good. We have tried a number of his recipes
Yes, we have.
and we've never been disappointed yet.
I had to tweak the cowboy stew.
Yeah.
Because Louisiana boy,
Sorry.
West Africa, our heat tolerances are fairly high. We have folks here
Yeah.
whose heat tolerances aren't quite that high. And
Non-existent.
Kent likes to the jalapenos are a spice to Kent, which is it's all well and good. I like the flavor of jalapenos. I grow them or try to. That's a story from another time. But we had to dial the jalapenos way back for some of the folks here.
His cafe in Wellington is really lovely. Ran up there for coffee and
Yeah.
cheese, and he sells his spice mixes up there. It's really worth the drive. So
Yeah, we've got the 5-pound bags of spice
Yeah,
mixes.
we buy the large quantity. The 3 books were Having a Pint by Holly Chisholm, Cat by
Antiques.
Pam Uphoff,
Yeah.
and In Defense of the Second Amendment by Larry Correa.
Buy this book, especially if you're a gun nut.
Which
You
I
need to
would-
buy this book.
love to post, but if other people would do that on the North Texas page, because apparently I'm a spammer now.
You're a spammer.
And I'm not allowed to post on the North Texas Troublemaker page, which Courtney's fixing. But anyway,
Oh, for fuck's sake, Facebook.
know.
Really?
Their algorithms really suck.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, if you're Larry and you write about Puss in Boots, you get banned too.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, but saying Puss in Boots was a good flick.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're talking about what's the title of his cookbook? His
Oh, Kent's. Oh, Jesus. Hang on. I got to go look it up.
Between
Keep talking.
Kent Rollins and Isaac
Well,
Toops.
that's a problem.
Rude. Between Kent Rollins and Isaac Toops, I would love to I would love to publish a book from either one of those two men. Kent Rollins is Taste of Cowboy, also Faith, Family, and the Feast.
Comfort Food, the Cowboy. So he's got a number of books up. And you can find him on Amazon.
And then Isaac Toops is Chasing the Gator.
Yeah.
But Isaac Toops, he's Cajun.
Yeah.
He tends to be a little more complicated than Kent
Yeah.
Rollins. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Kent Rollins makes good cowboy food. It's hearty. It's simple. You should buy his book. Isaac Toops is a little more complicated.
Yeah, and he pushes the grill, which I don't particularly care for.
But
Or no, that's somebody else. Never mind.
I'm confused.
There's
That's
another
not one.
Cajun cook that pushes the Blackstone grills.
Oh no, Isaac, he
Yeah,
he says to buy your pans at yard sales and don't worry about it.
yeah.
Which I really like that.
The amount of cast iron you can find at yard sales is absolutely friggin' amazing.
And not only that, but the cast iron you find at yard sales is frequently 100 years old and better than the stuff they're
Yeah.
making now.
And if you want good, really good cast iron, Griswold is a very old manufacturer, well over 100 years old.
Yeah, if you find a cast iron pan marked Griswold, buy it.
Yeah.
And you usually get it for like $5.
Yeah, and those can be recovered. Tweakers have stolen all of
Yeah.
sold it for scrap.
all
That
cast
figures.
iron. Yeah. Tweakers ruin everything.
Oh, Evan, you need to put up a post about that. Actually, put a link in the chat, please, because cast iron can be recovered very easily or restored very easily.
David Spalding, friend of ours out in Pennsylvania, his hobby is restoring cast iron, and he can take something you would swear, you take a pan you'd swear and just turn it into a thing of beauty.
Yeah,
His David's wife is a hell of an editor, by the way.
Yeah.
Janet Spalding's a hell of an editor. Little spiky, little spiky, but but a hell of an editor. Good. She, I think Kelly snagged her for at least one of his.
Yeah.
And she used to run a publishing house back in the dark ages.
Yeah.
And then decided the professional life was for her.
Yeah.
But she get her toe back into editing, so she's a hell of an editor.
Row is easy to do, people. It's not that friggin' hard.
Rue.
Row.
Will you
You know-
rue the day?
From someone who doesn't cook at all, and you get a cookbook and it says make a roux and then do blah blah blah, and it's like, make a radio, and then transmit.
Roo's easy.
That's actually fairly easy to do too.
Of course you would say that.
Jim would say that.
It's like, what the hell is a roux? It's like, and there's no definition anywhere in the cookbook.
All a
That's
roux
what it
is
I
a
didn't ask for a definition.
well, I've been put in my place.
I want the definition to exist next to the word in the damn cookbook.
The third Law Dog Files book that we will be publishing in 2024 will have recipes, and one of those recipes will be how to make a roux.
Row. Justin Wilson cookbooks, if you can find them, yes. Justin was truly a hoot. And the funny part is the whole Cajun thing with Justin got started because he forgot his speech. He actually was an engineer for Louisiana for highways. And they were doing a presentation over in Houston. This was back in the 60s on the plans for I-10. And he got over there and got up to the podium and realized that he didn't have his speech with him.
Oops.
So he put on an accent and started telling jokes,
Cajun jokes.
Cajun jokes. And everybody went, "Ha, that's funny. You're good." And that turned into
Famous last words.
What you do with a roux? The most important thing to remember about a roux is the veggies you put in stop the roux from
Yes.
cooking. So have your
onions
veggies
first.
have your veggies, your holy trinity, done before you start making the roux.
And
You need-
that's onions, celery, and bell pepper.
And have that done and set off to the side. Open a beer or a libation of your choice. Mead these days. Have a mead or a beer open and ready. And you sit there for 45 minutes stirring your roux.
Yeah.
And then when it gets the color you like, you dump all your veggies in, and that stops the roux from.
Onions first.
I just dumped the whole thing in there.
Well, you're not doing it right. You-
Dump in there and
I
sweat
have
it.
to admit, it's amusing as hell. When I was sitting on a live stream with you and Jim and Jonathan, and all you guys are talking about cooking, and I'm just like, what the hell am I doing here? I'm like, you invited me to live stream, and I'm like, I guess I'm the appreciative audience for all the food you make because I don't know what this
The Holy
is.
Trinity is onion, like Jim said, is onion and celery and bell pepper. I don't care what the French say.
Yeah.
Also, you have to remember the Pope.
Yeah.
The Pope is garlic.
Yeah.
Remembering Law Dogs rule number 327. If your recipe calls for garlic,
Add more.
you start your baseline. When your recipe calls for garlic, your baseline is 1 clove for every person you expect to feed plus 1 for the pot, and you go from there.
and that's not enough.
No, it's not enough. That's where you go from there.
He said baseline.
Oh, Brennan, really? Make a roe out of marsupial fat in Australia, you can pass it off as a kangaroo.
Why the hell? The hell? No, it's just
No,
That's a
Becky, it
long
does
way
not
for a
take over. Green bell peppers in Cajun food does not take over everything. No.
not if you sweat it into the roux, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Now, okay. A roux is nothing more than oil and
And flour.
flour and heat.
Yeah.
And then when you got your roux, the color you want, somewhere between caramel and dark chocolate, Hershey. A lot of times it's Hershey. You're going to burn the roux. It happens. You're going to, if you haven't burned a roux, you're not cooking. You're going to burn a roux. Dump it, start again. And just listen to your great-great-grandmother say, well, you should have done that, and do it again.
Yeah.
But your roux, once you bell peppers, 1 bell pepper, 1 onion, and 3 things of celery, dump it in there to stop the roux from developing, which is the color you want. The roux will, trust me, the bell peppers will not take over.
Well, we're getting in an argument in the in the chat, but that's all right.
And you know what? Everyone can be right on this.
And the chat becomes Fight Club.
Children, it's all play. There's
No.
plenty of room.
Differ a real roux does not have butter in it.
But butter had the smoke point of butter's too low. It's way too low.
Bacon grease is ideal if you have enough. If not,
Grapeseed oil. Don't put bacon grease in it. Use grapeseed oil.
and here again we have the difference between a Cajun cook and somebody else. Lard works, yes. Lard
Lard's
is
good.
actually the preferable.
Lard, or you need something. You need something with a high smoke point
Yep.
because the roux, your roux is going to be raw and hot.
So what's the smoke point?
Smoke points where the oil starts to burn.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
actually a good question. Smoke points where the oil starts to burn. Olive oil has a low smoke point. You do not want to use olive oil for roux.
No, God no.
Use grapeseed oil. Use lard. Butter smoke points way too low.
Well, French Italian, yeah, you're going to do it a different way.
I don't like the flavor of peanut oil. Peanut oil is one of the few oils that has an overwhelming flavor for me. Plus, I know way too many people with nut allergies, so I would hate to serve John a big heaping bowl of something and have her fall over dead.
Yeah, and AJ says if the bell pepper bothers you, swap in some habanero. No. And you're right, Kelly. Coon asses don't measure anything. We just throw it in the pot.
And you're wrong.
And you've never complained about anything I've cooked.
Nope. Nope.
Wow.
Do not complain about free food ever.
Unless it's likely to kill you dead.
Well,
But
that's
no complaints. Just back away slowly.
Crisco is so nasty.
Yeah, that's enough, Shaw. Oh God, yes. My grandmother, when blackened seafood was all the rage.
Which my daddy would say was a waste of a good fish.
Mhm.
My grandmother said, "I ain't never burned nothing on purpose in my freaking life." I don't know where the hell they coming up with this shit.
Well, the chili, Cedar mentioned the chili I made Saturday. I didn't measure any of it, but I've been doing chili contests since,
Yeah,
so I don't measure on chili. And I
who was it? Alton Brown that was trying to duplicate something his mother or grandmother made. So she would measure something and he'd grab it out of her hand and
I've actually done that.
Yeah.
I've actually done that. My grandmother's, I should have done it with my dad. My dad had this recipe called chicken Tabasco, and it was a soup. And you started by boiling a chicken, and you boil the chicken overnight, and then you yanked the skin and the bones out. And then you added mustard, a lot of mustard, and horseradish, a lot of horseradish, and tomato, and then onion and celery and rice and Tabasco. And whenever we got sick, he'd make that. And I've never, ever had.
Yeah.
I should have had him because he did the same thing. He just, he'd stand over with a bottle of French's. Looks about right. And I've never been able to duplicate that recipe, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Because I miss that soup.
that's one I haven't made in a while.
What's that?
Mustard chicken.
Oh, that sounds good.
Mustard chicken. Rita's
Yeah.
got mustard chicken. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Why are we on food?
Why not?
Tuesday's book day. We're supposed to be doing books.
It kind of shifted.
What rules?
Well-
Who wrote that?
Kent Rollins is what started it. And we went
Oh.
downhill from there.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You started with
Actually, it was
books.
cast iron that started this.
True.
Yeah. Actually, Kelly, mine's under the sink, but yes.
We discovered that Sam's sells 7-pound buckets of bacon grease.
Yes. Bought
Damn.
one. And it only took us a year to go through 7 pounds of bacon grease.
That's because most of us were cooking bacon and then had the grease before we realized that you had a bucket of bacon grease in the fridge. We're just so used to making our own.
What was funny was I had certain individuals who will not be named here, PDOT, that would come over and borrow a cup of bacon grease.
A cup of bacon grease.
I had a weird moment yesterday. I was
Just one?
Just one, only one, because it was a quiet day and none of you were here. So no, I was like, I went to eat one of our gifted Hydrox cookies, because someone so kindly
Because
sent
we have an entire shipping crate of Hydrox cookies.
of Hydrox cookies. And as I walked back over to my computer and I flipped through Facebook and got an ad
for Hydrox
for
cookies.
Hydrox cookies. And it was a 50s ad for Hydrox cookies that space children ate. So I think I tried to post it on your page. So I just thought that was a little weird.
Okay,
A cookbook anthology. Oh
No.
God, no.
remembering, I'm 12 anthologies deep right now.
Yes, I think Hydrox are better than Oreos,
They are
Sean.
so much better.
It's an Oreo. It's an
No.
Oreo.
Oreo is a copy of a Hydrox.
You're just angling for another shipment of Hydrox.
Cedar's doing a cookbook.
Cedar's doing. Oh,
Yeah, Cedar's doing a cookbook.
sweet, good. Y'all go pester her. Remember, 12 anthologies deep. 13 actually.
Go for 14.
No. Oh.
Some of us do have a few family recipes that go back
Yeah.
100 years, give or take.
Yeah, I was talking about my grandmother's way back several squirrels ago. I was talking about my grandmother's dressing recipe, and we did that. It's like, Gran, why don't you make dressing? And then we watched her, and every time she did something, we'd stop her and write that down.
Yeah, Alan. Usually the women's recipe is much better than ours. Yes. Hail Hydrox.
Mine.
Your macaroni. Be
Hey,
quiet.
the one thing I'm really good at is mac and cheese.
Yes.
Everything else is questionable.
Death by
Your mac and cheese is delicious.
Death by mac and cheese.
And it
Yes.
starts with bacon grease.
It starts. Of course, it does.
And it ends with bacon grease.
And it ends with bacon grease. So
Yeah, there are, and I do have a friend whose name I literally will not mention, but she has tried for 30 years to cook biscuits that were anywhere close to correct. And she has never been able to duplicate either her mother or her grandmother's recipes, which she has written down. So
Cedar,
her default is swamp biscuits.
yeah. Cedar says that she's still bummed she never did get to taste squirrel.
There's lots of squirrels
The
around.
day is young.
We can fix that.
I can fix that with a quickness. I get a brace of squirrels when I go home just out of my attic.
Yeah.
I need to import my kids so she can make biscuits and scones and stuff for you guys. Oh
Yes.
my God, she's amazing. So
I do a
Yeah, coon is good. Possum, yeah.
coon's amazing.
Armadillo is just plain greasy. It's
bear is quite tasty.
yeah, bear's not bad.
Bear's good.
There went the glow stick.
Oh, look, you gave me. Like I wouldn't have had eaten bear
I
at some
haven't.
point.
I was actually headed somewhere, and now I've totally forgotten where I was going.
Squirrels from pine woods do taste like pine sol. That is true.
Yes,
You want to get them when they've been eating acorns or pecans.
and I've got a passel of nice fat squirrels in the 2 pecan trees in my backyard.
I'll tell you, when elk has been eating all the plums off your plum tree, it tastes really good with plum sauce. I can
Yeah.
attest to that directly.
I checked, and the statute of limitations has run out, so I can tell a story. Friend of mine and I, there's a public land, small chunk of public land owned by the city north of here.
Oh,
It's quite
Rick is right. Don't eat a bear that's been eating fish. Oh God,
Oh,
no.
yeah, no, whoa, bad.
Sorry.
close to.
Small public land north of the city.
That's right. Okay. And the rules say it may only use shotguns.
Mhm.
So we're rules lawyers. So we went and scouted, and we found that the downstream of the dam was full of berry thickets,
Oh,
and there were deer trails in and out of the berry thickets. So we got our shotguns, slipped some slugs in them,
Mhm.
and ambushed a deer. And that was the best deer I'd ever had.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. what's the conversion of passels to cups? You're the one that started that.
I keep telling Rita that the two pecan trees in the backyard is our emergency storage for the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Because I've got a shit ton of 22 ammunition and a whole bunch of squirrels.
Yeah.
We're going to eat really well.
And if it comes down to it and we need doves, I can get plenty of them.
No
off.
kidding, right?
Well, Tully's been taking dove seeds and he got quite the pile. So,
Yeah.
Well, Jim can walk on his front porch and clean them off the power lines.
Yeah.
well, considering how many in our backyard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
Oh, yeah. Big old cat head biscuits. Nobody makes those anymore, Kelly.
are we going to have chicken nappings starting where people kidnap other people's chickens and hold them
No,
hostage for
we're
eggs?
gonna have goose nappings.
Oh, that, yes. I mean, everyone's complaining about the price of eggs, and we have egg neighbors, so we're not paying that much for eggs. So apparently, we're rich. I should stand on street corners and say, "Hey, here's an egg for $4."
I have we have a lady at the gym that's got too many eggs, so she gives them away. And I really, Rita won't let me, but I want to get a trench coat and go, hey, want an egg?
Drug deal eggs.
to random people. Just
I love Jesse's
One egg.
comment, which I haven't heard in years. Chicken of the trees, unless you're in Florida, and then it's Iggy. And the infamous Cobra
Oh,
chickens.
hillbilly, we'll save you when we can,
save me. Okay, I wish we could.
and we have extraction teams. They threatened me when I was in Oregon, so
We got you extracted.
you did.
Oh, and Brennan's got a hot dip recipe. That's actually looking good.
What?
A hot dip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, I do that.
oh, that sounds good. So,
RK, you could always do it with a gluten-free, maybe. They apparently do have some flour now that actually will hold together even though it's gluten-free.
That's awful.
Yeah. Because my
I-
youngest daughter, after she had the second baby, got full-on celiacs,
Mm.
documented. So it's not made up, it's real. And she had to change the way she ate. And that's been driving her nuts for
oh,
6 years now. Because she loves biscuits.
Mhm.
Can't have them. Tries to make biscuits and they fall apart.
Mhm.
yes.
So she has been on a hunt for years for gluten-free flour that will actually hold together long enough to make a friggin' biscuit.
Yeah, it's nasty.
No, what's okay?
Nancy, please send me that recipe and the kind of flour you use.
Jim's got a very high heat tolerance.
Sorry.
He does. He is. But we got a hold of some stuff one time that I don't know what it is about Louisiana, but apparently if you grow a pepper in Louisiana dirt, it doubles the capsaicin in it. Because good God, we got a hold of some stuff one time that set my back teeth on fire.
Oh yeah, Doug, that would even be better, Nancy. Post it North Texas Troublemakers, please. That would be greatly appreciated.
Anyway, going back to books.
Yeah.
Um,
Now that we've gone down that sidetrack,
glow stick.
now
I give up.
Cajuns
Books.
don't have tempers, Brennan.
I give up.
We don't have tempers. We just get way the hell ahead. We don't ever get even.
Be 40 minutes of food discussion later. Um,
Courtney is the I guess the admin for North Texas Troublemakers.
yeah, Courtney.
I thought that was.
Kortnee. I think you're one of them.
Oh, I am.
I think we set up multiple just because Facebook's a bunch of ass monkeys in a rubber sack.
Okay. It's the
That's
hellfire
really
and
unfair to
the
ask
soil
monkeys.
from all the voodoo. There might be a little bit of voodoo down inside Louisiana. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't had a good week. It's been a while. Itchy Paw in March has Cajun Fest.
Yeah.
And our favorite pub, the Highlander, used to do, they're under new management. You know that?
Yeah.
Used to do a crawfish boil in March or April. And oh my God, we invited Mona Lisa up. she and Rick came up and watched kind of worriedly as we got on the outside of a crap ton of mud bugs.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
You don't want to get mud bugs after February or March. Louisiana, they're normally around February is when you really want to hit them. Yeah,
and
that's
we were going through the mud bugs, and she's just
yeah.
little sister is a little
Yeah. I'll trade you Cajun Fest for our duck days. What stupid desert town races duck? Differ, that's on y'all.
That's okay. Henrietta, Easter here has Turkey Day.
Yeah.
Turkey Fest.
Yeah.
Because it's apparently, I didn't know this, Henrietta's a big turkey hunting
Oh yeah.
center for Texas. And they, wow.
Yeah, Ag. If you want hot vindaloo, go to London.
Yeah.
Vindaloo.
Vindaloo is very much the English version of chili.
Yeah.
The Indian Indians don't, their Vindaloo's not that warm. And then
No.
the London got a hold of it and cranked the heat up through the ceiling, much like chili. Actual chili, there's a nice, pleasant heat to it. And then Texans got a hold of it and turned it into a dare.
Yeah. Cincinnati has Turkey Day. Well, it's full of turkeys, so what do you expect? Yeah, we could do a few sacks of crawfish for Fool's Con, but that's about a month too late, really. Yeah, curry equals stew, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just a spicy stew.
Yeah. They can't spice their native food, but the import can melt the glaze off your plate. Yeah.
Or your teeth.
Yeah.
That's Clay Pot down in DFW has authentic Indian food.
Yeah.
And
It's good. It's not hot.
Rich Lucibello was down and wanted some hot food and said, let's go to the Clay Pot. I said, okay, but it's not that warm. So you've got Rich and Matt Guest and Johnny Guest and me. We show up there, and Johnny Guest starts every meal with Tabasco, or started every meal with Tabasco. That's just, and that's just a start.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're looking at me, this Vindaloo's not that hot. I told you, it's authentic Indian. It ain't that warm.
Yeah. WKRP in Cincinnati. Turkeys dropped from a
I
helicopter.
swear to God, I thought turkeys could fly.
Actually,
God
the
is
little
my
bastard
witness.
can.
Yes, the wild ones.
Yeah.
The wild ones can. Sounds like a B-52 coming in.
Yeah.
Will scare you right out of your nap when
Yeah.
you're waiting for a deer. And the hunters on here will get that joke.
Yeah.
It's snowing again. Why is it snowing? It sucks.
Texas is trying to make
Well,
me
we
feel
didn't
at
get the
home.
6 inches that Amarillo got this morning.
But
Wild ones can reach 35 miles an hour. Yep. And those son bitches are sneaky.
yeah, it's a feathered bowling ball dropping out of the trees on you. It just scares the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Right out of your nap.
What, turkeys? Yeah.
Yes.
And they're stupid. So
Well,
no, even
the
wild
domesticated ones. The
No,
domesticated
we
ones
had
are
a
dumb.
pack of wild ones up on the mountain that were just they just walk right into the yard and look at you. I'm like, okay, if you want to be dinner, I'm happy to keep you.
Yeah.
So, and then they get to chasing each other, and one of them chased a grouse right through our front window.
Gunsmith Joe calls turkeys dart pigeons.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
As God is my witness, I thought communists could fly. Tom Crouton.
Yes.
Yes.
Pinochet's helicopter tours.
Yes. That might have been a trick used in a certain foreign country back in the 60s and 70s.
Anybody that thinks Argentina invented that has never lived in Rhodesia.
Yeah.
Oh, so books. I was going somewhere.
You were?
I was, and I'm totally.
That was like 10 minutes ago.
Yes, I know.
I didn't get any more detail than books, so I can't help you.
Okay, we've got. All right. If I can keep my squirrels together, we've
Go
got.
ahead.
What have you got coming out? Jim still got. That's it. Jim still got Twisted Tropes coming out. If you have a story involving a trope that you've twisted on its head, send it
Yeah.
to Jim.
Please.
5,000 to 8,000 words. That's where I was going.
Yeah. And
There's a trope I want to see. That I was on the cat panel at MarsCon. Everybody was talking about how cats are so smart and so brilliant and everything. And my response was, I have yet to see a story where cats are in it where the derpy cat saves the day.
Yeah.
I want to see a derpy cat story where the dumbass cat walks across the control board and happens to push the button that kills the alien ship, you know? Wait,
there's your story for Rita's
yeah,
book.
I'm not writing. So I'm an instigator. I do not write. So
Well,
Well, instigate somebody into writing that story, and it ain't
Well-
gonna be me.
that
what am I
okay.
doing? I'm instigating right
That
now.
there's a
Yeah.
trope about the runaway nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
And it's the hero gets to the control panel and calls the radio expert. What do I do? Look for red button. Now what? Hit the button. Okay, I've hit the button. Now what? Go to the cafeteria and see if they've got any cherry pie left.
Yeah.
What? Lemon's good too.
Yeah.
Well, your derpy cat could be batting at red buttons on the
Right,
wall and shut down
exactly.
the runaway nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
I mean, or just through sheer, because they've got great press. Cats are really not as all suave and
Cats have really good
agile as-
press.
It's just bullshit, honestly, because I live with Henry, right?
Henry is not a good example of all cats, I have to say.
But he's an example of cats.
He is a cat, but
David, I haven't seen your Cats in Space story.
Oh, he hadn't submitted it yet. If you'd have read the rest of it.
Yes, I know. Will Beta read it? Send it. Henry's at the bottom of the curve. Henry is off the curve.
Yeah.
Henry is not allowed in the curve.
He is
Henry can't even see the beginning of the slope of the curve.
Yeah. Henry is beyond the left field bleachers at this point.
All right, Space Cowboys. Space Cowboys 1 is collated and heading for press.
3 is open too. Sorry.
Space Cowboys 2, which I wasn't expecting on doing, is up next, and Space Cowboys 3.
Hillbilly's doing Rockabilly Trailer Park. Oh my God,
Woo!
Rita has to write for that one.
Oh,
Oh,
Trailer Park 3's up.
okay, Three
Yeah.
Ravens. Guys, Hillbillies with Three Ravens Publishing, they're a really great press. They'll treat you right. They're good folks. If you have a Trailer Park Trash Heroes story, you need to send it to Hillbilly.
Well, we should post his requirements for this round. So
All right, we'll post. Go to North Texas Troublemakers when we're done here. We'll have a link to Three Ravens stuff or requirements for their
Yeah.
anthologies. Submit to Three Ravens. They're good guys.
Yeah.
And they'll do you right.
Ag says, I got a really super strong password. Nobody will guess it. Derp cat walks across the keyboard a couple of times. Access granted. Fuck.
Cat-like typing detected.
Yeah. Can't wipe and reformat a computer before. Yeah, that's not the first time that's happened.
Okay. All right, guys. Malta is probably going to be the only anthology series that wasn't supposed to be a series that's going to get as far as 4. Space Cowboys 3, I'm cutting off. Space Cowboys is going to be cut off at 3.
you say that now.
For now.
Send a copy of you guys' books to Fort
Press.
Meade Library as a gift in memory of Frank's liver.
We've still got Pinup Noir and Space Marines to go. Both Space Marines.
Well, I got a story in for the first one.
Yes. So does Maggie Hogarth.
Ah.
Apparently, I haven't read it yet. I'm saving that little nugget for that little treat for later.
Space Cowboys of Malta.
No. No. I've got other anthologies. Y'all do realize that the 12 anthologies doesn't include the extras because y'all keep sending me too many stories.
That's how you get sequel anthologies. Send more stories.
Yeah, but Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Rockabilly. That has possibilities.
Rockabilly has very, very good possibilities.
Yeah.
Where was I? Oh, Pinup Noir is coming up next. And Pinup Noir just has to be influenced, inspired by the Hildebrandt pinup work. It doesn't have to be about that particular woman. If you want to do it about her, that's fine. I'm good. But those of you, I'm getting, I don't have anything with a blonde. I don't care. Send me an entertaining story.
Yeah.
That's rule number one. The story must be entertaining. All else is negotiable. Send me a noir, a Weird West noir, an urban fantasy noir, mil-spec noir. I don't care.
Yeah, and Cedar brings up a good point. When you get your rights back after a bunch of stories, you can put out your own collection.
Yes, you can.
Larry did that and has made a ton of money. Of course, he's a little bit better author than we are.
And then a little later on, we will actually have videos out showing you how to do that.
Yeah.
Yep, that's in the works. But we want all these people to have lots of success.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll get you started, get you some stories in the anthologies, and then we'll boot you out of the nest.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Because
Rising tide lifts all boats, folks.
that, and if
And
okay, I've got a rant coming up.
Okay, lean back. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody, get your drink and your pillow.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good.
I have a rant.
He needs his wooby.
Okay. So MarsCon. One of my takeaways from MarsCon is there's a whole bunch of small presses that are doing new authors dirty in the name of profits.
Yeah.
And it seems to me there's a whole bunch of people that want to make their first million day after tomorrow. Slow and steady wins the race. Stop screwing over your authors. New authors that screwed over, don't submit to people like me and Hillbilly because they've been screwed over. So I'm missing out on good stories. My readers are missing out on good stories, and it just annoys the crap out of me. So the whole bunch of small anthology or small presses are really starting to annoy me.
Okay. Are you done?
No, but I'll hang on to it.
We're about transparency. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raconteur is about transparency. Three Ravens is good that way. We're good. If you got a question, ask. We're not going to hide stuff from you. And for God's sake, read the contracts,
Yeah,
guys.
please.
Read the contracts.
Oh.
I had
Hillbilly and I were actually discussing it this morning with a certain group of individuals that neither one of us will ever use. Because I was looking at translating my books into German, and I approached a certain small press about doing that. And they said, "Oh, sure, give us your IP." And I went, "What?" "Oh, well, we'll take your IP for doing the translation." I said, "No, you won't." Had I not looked at it, that could have cost me a bunch. Yeah, $6,500 for editing.
where? What the hell are you editing?
That was what one person got quoted on Mad Genius was $6,500 to edit their novel.
and Ian Dee's sitting here going, "What?"
Yeah,
How long is the novel?
it was like 89,000 words.
No.
No.
Even at like trad pub rates, that's high.
Oh yeah, it's super high.
And we have an editor sitting right here.
Tell
Who's in charge
the
of that,
editor
who does a great job.
that the guy that runs Raconteur Press says eat a dick.
Yeah.
Because that ain't right. That ain't right.
Yeah, Brennan, you still owe me a Twisted Tropes. Waiting. Waiting.
Cedar see up to $9,000 to edit a book.
If they include everything, if that's a structural edit, a line edit, and proofreading to make sure it has absolutely no frigging problems, and they take it to publication, maybe. But I wouldn't trust anyone to do all three
Yeah.
of those jobs. That's insane.
Evan's got an estimate of 25 to 29,000 for 5 books.
What?
That's bullshit, folks.
I am in the wrong fucking business.
5?
If I didn't have ethics and morals, I'd be I'd be in high cotton. Bloody hell, folks. No, don't pay that. Don't pay that, please.
Uh,
I don't want to charge 25 cents a word.
What?
What level
Jesus.
of editing?
I need to send a box of candy to.
That's actually kind of within industry rates for a structural edit. like TradPub.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Indeed, but like that's not far off.
How do you send RK and Leota and Sarah some flowers and chocolates?
Yeah, no shit.
No, it's in next.
Oh, eggs. My bad, eggs.
Yeah. That's just
Vanity
it's a bit
Oh,
high,
Yeah.
but
well, it's like the one that I talked to a couple of years ago that's still at LTUE routinely bugs me about every other month, wanting to know when I'm going to submit to them.
oh, that's a good business model.
Yeah.
Hey, give me your book.
Well, you remember that
I mean, granted, I was going to get charged $5,000 by a German speaker to translate my novel
I don't know
in a
what
Gray Man series
I don't
into
know what
German.
standards are for translation, but especially with German, you want to be careful because the translator owns the rights to
Yeah,
the translation.
which-
Yeah, you have to do it a certain way. So.
Yeah, which is why, in addition to the cost, I elected not to do that.
Uh-huh.
no, every time there was this bent that showed up at a writer's greeting.
Scottish
Mm.
accent.
This bench showed up at a writer's meeting. And
Oh
she-
yeah,
oh, oh,
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say anything.
and her deal, her deal was she would buy your stories, buy your novels for $250, $250 American, and then she would put her name on it as the writer, and change everything and own your IP for $250.
and thought that was a good deal.
And does not like me.
She doesn't like any of us anymore.
No. Oh, that bitch.
Well,
Oh.
and Rick, that's a good point. And I did try a program called Deepl, Deepl, and I did have a friend who is a German speaker. Look at the checking the translation and editing it, and he came back and said, Deepl does not work for novels.
Well, and also you have some very specific jargon in yours.
Yeah.
So.
He said it does not deal well with jargon or non-standard speaking modes.
Ah, that
Mhm.
makes sense.
And he said the translations, one particular word was translated 4 different ways in one chapter. So if you're thinking about using a program like Deepl to try to translate a novel, I would not recommend it because it's not cheap.
The funny part of the whole thing was when this bench showed up. Y'all know I use Ian all the time. I don't use Law Dog, or I use Law Dog and I don't use Ian. One or the other. So I introduced myself as Ian, and she didn't know me from Adam's off Ox.
Which
But
is
she
funny.
apparently did know Law Dog.
Yeah.
And she offered me this, and I laughed at her. And she said, "Well, what have you done?" I said, "Number 84 book on Amazon, #1 in all of humor for 3 days." And she got sweet all of a sudden.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
I remember that.
No. What the hell was that Scaffy Bent's name?
I can't even remember.
Victoria, Virginia, something.
Yeah. I don't remember. Nobody could remember it Thursday night either.
No, I called her a bloody parasite to her face, and she was not a happy camper.
Yeah. Well, she's never been back, which is a
Nope.
good thing.
She hasn't. It's like, oh, you bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, writers, guys, y'all, writers are some of the most parasitized people in the industry or in the world.
Yeah.
There are, for every young aspiring author out there are 5 people lining up to milk that author dry. And
Being
I'm
led by
tired of it.
editors.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. So Raconteur Press, we are open. We are transparent. I think we've got a pretty good payment. How we do our royalties is good. I think our rights reversion is good. 3 Ravens is excellent. There are folks out there that aren't going to tie you to the stump and milk you dry. I just mixed my metaphors.
What am I, chopped liver over here?
And J.L. Curtis and Associates, he's good.
I didn't know you published people other than yourself.
Yes,
I mean, the anthologies, but
Yeah.
it didn't occur to me that
that's what I do is the anthologies.
Jim does anthology. L. Curtis Associates does anthologies. Three Ravens does good work. We do anthologies for now and other work later. But there are good people out there. You just need to find them and stay away from anything marked Vanity Press. Those fucking vampires need to die on the vine.
Yeah.
if
Now-
you find a publisher and they ask you to pay, no,
Stop.
just stop immediately.
Big red light right there.
Yeah.
Money is supposed to flow to you from the publisher, not from you to the publisher. If they want your manuscript with a check attached,
That's a no.
No,
stop, drop, roll away.
Ag, I don't do many because I don't drink, and when anthologies start getting discussed, I haul ass. Yes, his Irish is showing.
Scottish, but
Jim's the adult in the room.
okay. Adult in the room. I'm the one sitting there telling stories while somebody's sneaking booze into my.
You assume there was only one.
I know, because every time I glare, when I figured out, started glaring at Jonna, apparently Courtney came in from the other side.
So it was really funny because this time he was like holding on to his glass, thinking that was going to keep stuff out of it. But he kept looking away, and I just kept pouring more in. So
What I do, and Cedar mentioned about upfront cost, what I do is tell people exactly how much it costs me to do the cover art, how much it costs me to do the editing, and I take that out up front. And then all the authors split whatever the remainder is for one full year, and then the rights revert. And I make sure that every quarter I tell people exactly how many books were sold. I can say that word.
You word pretty, Jim.
And how many KDP pages got read, so that everybody knows exactly what the amount is. And it's not going to be $400 or $500.
Not
I
yet.
think the most we've ever made off one was about $200 a piece.
Yeah, not yet. We'll get there.
But
But we use Raconteur uses PubShare, which Cedar turned me on to.
Yeah.
I friggin' love PubShare. They will show you at any time how many of those books are sold, what your estimated. It's great. PubShare is
Yeah.
great. And if we accept a story, you're gonna have to use PubShare. We pay an equal share of the book, and I eat the cover and editing.
Yeah.
But you pay equal share in perpetuity, and you get the rights back after a year. And we will tell you how to put your own collection together, because I want people to be happy. Happy authors write more books. Happy authors send those books to me so I can make money.
yeah, different kids can make a cover, and that might be an interesting way to go for some things.
Some things, yes.
Yeah.
Plus, PubShare means I don't have to pay an accountant.
Exactly.
I like that.
eARC books for fast editing. The problem with most eARCs is they have not been through the final edit process. That's one of the things. Probably one of the more infamous ones was one of David Weber's Honor Harrington series before he got his CPAP. And I'm trying to remember which one it was, because I got it and I read it. And in multiple places, there was an open and closed parent, insert explosions here, because David was still dealing with lack of sleep, and he would write something and couldn't get the words out. So he'd put insert explosions here, go on, and nobody caught it until the eARC.
On the covers for the Malta series, $100 each. I paid it out of my pocket.
Jason, no, we're not in competition.
Hell no.
Oh,
I don't compete.
Yeah.
Find one you like.
Yeah.
Stick with them. If you like Jim, no skin off my nose. Publish with Jim.
Yeah.
I'm happy for both of you.
I'm not going to do that many. I'm maybe going to do one more,
I had
because I hate dealing with freaking anthologies, and I hate dealing with the multiple types of fonts, programs, files that people
Control A, click on remove formatting.
doesn't always work.
I know. Trust me, I know.
There's some shit that people write in that you cannot unformat.
It wasn't Ghosts. It was Knights of Malta. No, it was Ghosts. No, Knights. One of the first two Knights Malta anthologies, I swear to God, I got a file I couldn't open. And it had a story, it was allegedly a story. It was a file I couldn't open. I didn't recognize the friggin' tag. It was .pzt or something. So I emailed the guy and said, I can't, what format is this? And apparently, near as I can tell, it was a format used in a long lost fourth version Unix, used only by Mongolian yak herders once a year to report the number of yaks. It's like, okay, new rule.
Yeah.
Gotta be a common use.
I like
format.
Microsoft Word.
Word
because
or
it's easy.
ODT. I don't care. Word or ODT. I don't care. But
And
if I
Hillbilly,
see-
Hillbilly makes a good point too. There's enough readers out there for all of us.
oh God, yes.
Oh my God, the pies are endless.
Yeah,
Everybody
there-
thinks there's one pie.
there's not.
There's millions of pies.
There's
Yeah.
not. And
The big problem is getting the marketing and getting the word out, which is one of the reasons we like to push people's books here. Granted, this is a very small audience, but if you see something you like, you say something to somebody else, you get some expansion off of that.
word of mouth is a good thing.
Yeah.
And trust me. And
Oh God, yes, Kermit, word perfect. Fuck.
Oh God.
that
Ugh.
word perfect needs to die in a fire.
Yes, I many years ago was required to use word perfect by the government.
That's
Mm.
horrible.
138 page document
I
that went away and it was classified,
WordStar.
which was the forerunner of word perfect.
Yeah, WordStar. I actually got a WordStar document.
Jesus.
Yeah, I had
Did
to-
you get a submission from George R.R. Martin? He's
Yeah.
the only writer I know who uses that.
God, I hope not.
Me too.
Yeah, Jesse, you can keep that freaking word perfect because it was not compatible with anything else.
I had to download a one of these things. The programs goes in between your document, and I just so I could read the damn thing.
Pandoc?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on that laptop over there.
Yeah. I don't care if you love word perfect. I hated that piece of shit program. And on that note, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time.
Holy gods, we have.
And yet again,
I write in plain text.
I would take that.
ODT,
I
Uh,
convert to ODT when I need to.
Yeah.
Word, ODT, even the standard Google one works a
Ugh.
treat. It works
Yeah,
a treat.
It works.
Yeah.
It works. It's easily convertible. I have practiced on converting that one.
Yeah.
But when you PZT, I don't need to know how many yaks you got this year.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is a great story. I can't read it because I can't download it because I don't have Mongolian yak herder access.
Actually, on the FAA, NOTAM's going down. They removed 2 files or 3 files inadvertently, quote, and that's what killed the system.
Do not send a PDF.
Yeah.
PDFs are a pain in my ass.
yeah, no.
ODT is Open Office.
Yeah, Open Office is free and open source, and it works.
Yeah, Open Office is good, and a lot of writers are using Open Office because it's free. It
I
works.
know.
You're not. That's fine.
Yeah, Becky, 47 yaks since you asked.
That's nice. Good to know. 47yaks.pzt.
And
Eat yaks.
I don't know
I'm
about
not-
the rest of these guys,
I'm
but I'm
not-
hungry.
I'm not writing about yeet yaks.
You know, it's like a perfect day for meatloaf. We can leave them here talking. We can just
Yeah.
go get some food.
He said yeet yaks, and my friggin' muse just took off, and I'm gonna go kill Deej.
Oh,
Time to go.
We're gone.
and remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Be safe, guys.
We'll see you later.
Today.
Bye bye. Thanks for chiming in, everybody.
Yeet
my
yaks.
Uh,